जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ಲಕ್ನೋ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Bhattacharjya Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
Well, Hyderabad won the toss in this qualifier and decided to bat first and then went out to bat with the same intent they've shown all season. That's just start and get into sixth gear, overdrive and cruise down the Autobahn, which has no speed limit. But today, there was a lot of speed bumps and a lot of potholes in the road in the name of Knight Riders bowlers who were hell-bent on stopping them, and stopped them, they did. At 159 all out is Hyderabad. In this all-important game, the Knight Riders bowlers were just all over them like a rash. And, well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And today that's what has happened with Hyderabad. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Michael Vaughan. Enjoy Bhattacharjya. Vaughanie, fair to say, live by the sword, die by the sword. Today, unfortunately, they've got the sharp edge of it.
Yeah, and also you pay the big bucks for your star players, and on big nights they perform. Mitchell Starc. Can't remember what the figure was that he went for, but he went for a huge amount of money for tonight. He gets 3 for inside the first 5 overs. I'm not saying the game's done and dusted, but when you get so many quick wickets and you've gotten 4 down quickly and you're getting rid of Travis Head's second ball and you're causing chaos, you look at that, 45 for 4 inside the power play. Very, very difficult to kind of come back from that. They tried in a way which was very expansive. It wasn't the old-fashioned ways, just knock it around and, let's just get into the contest. Let's try and get to 175, 180. They came out the Sunrisers way, which, let's just try and launch it. Let's try and launch it into the stands
and
harder
it was working.
and harder.
7-10, it worked with Tripathi and Klaasen. But they needed Tripathi and Klaasen right through till the end, or at least 16th, 17th.
Klaasen had hit one down the ground, which looked like it was going to be caught. It went into the stands and he tried again, gets caught. D-Mick wicket, that key moment, Tripathi being run out. Brilliant by Andre Russ, complete kamikaze between them. And then the sub comes out and he's out first ball. At that stage, they were looking around 180. You have to say KKR, they were magnificent. They were alert, alive. And when you've got Mitchell Starc setting the tone, it's quite easy as a captain.
Yesterday we had mentioned, Joy, that to actually pull back Hyderabad and to stop them from, this kind of onslaught that they've had all through the tournament. And I'd also mentioned that it'll be interesting to see if they can recover with both openers going soon, like 10 for 2. I should have picked lottery numbers because they were 13 for 2 today. But, we saw what happens when both don't get runs.
Yeah, but I think one was both not getting runs up front. But after that, you have Klaasen, they've come together. And exactly what you were saying, overs 8, 9, 10, go for 42. You've got something there. Okay, you've got something there. That doesn't mean that you still keep trying to hit every ball out of the ground. Because after that, that's what Klaasen tried to do. And Klaasen perishes, and then, of course, the run-out happens. Look, smart fielding, but one of the things you tell yourself is, today may not be my 200 day. Today, let me get to 180, 185 and see if I can make them sweat. Because if I try and get 200 and I take risks, there are not too many batters left, we are in trouble.
Could I just add one more thing? They were going at about 9.5 at the halfway stage.
92,
right?
10, yeah.
So at the 10 over stage, they were 92 with Tripathi and Klaasen in. Vaughanie, at that point in time, if somebody just mentioned, guys, you're good enough to get 10 and over if you just don't get out. 10 and over for Tripathi and Klaasen is nothing.
Yeah, just look at that, 11 to 15, 33 for 4.
Yeah.
And that's really where the innings kind of stumbled. I mean, at the start, you have to go for it. It's a power play, so you're going for it. But once you've got back into it, so they're 92 for 4 at 10, they're back in it. They're back in it, and the sense says, do you know what? We're actually playing the percentage now. Just keep knocking. We'll get 6 and 8s easy. And do you know what? If they bowl a couple of balls right in the zone, we'll smack it into the ground and we'll get to 10s. And then we'll explode in the last 5. And who knows, we might get 180, we might get to 200 if everything goes right. But it's the modern game, it's the modern way. They just keep going for it. And the modern player is saying, oh, that's the way. That's exactly the way you've got to play. You've got to keep going for it. My little bit of sense from being a bit elderly now is now and again you've just got to change the gears just to get in the contest. Do I think 159 is enough with the dew? Again, you go back to the decision at the toss. They thought there was going to be no dew. well, that little rover cam that's flying around the outfield, it's soaking. It needs new tyres. It's got to change its tyres. And
get some wet weather tyres.
the last time the Sunrisers played here, they got 162 and they lost the game. They've got 159, and you have to say KKR from this position are hot favourites to win.
Yeah, they'd have to. There'd have to be a spectacular batting collapse for them to lose it from here. But just coming to as I told you, the speed breakers and the potholes, which did not allow Sunrisers Hyderabad to get their autobahn cruising speed of 220 plus. Was the Calcutta bowlers today. And when you look down that thing, it's my favourite saying, Joy, kaddu katega.
Sab mein batega.
Exactly. There you go. Everybody got a piece of that pie, Vaughan, is what we're saying. Everybody's got a wicket there. 3 for Mitchell Starc. He's got them in the power play. He's lit that power play on fire, really. After a few forgettable games at the beginning of the tournament, he's come back and done the job that was required of him, got him that big paycheck. Vaibhav Arora got 1, as did Harshit Rana. Sunil Narayan was a little expensive today, but did get that 1 wicket that was important. Andre Russell got the 1 wicket. Well, actually, he's got the 2 wickets because the Tripathi run out is his fielding at point, which was brilliant.
Absolutely.
And then Varun Chakaravarthy got 2.
No, absolutely. And Varun Chakaravarthy, I mean, think about it. Their best bowler this year in terms of pure numbers, wickets, is Varun Chakaravarthy.
Yeah.
He comes in the 11th over. Because they've got a plan, they've seen the wicket, and they say, okay, wait, let's keep the fast bowlers going on. There's something out here for them. And that's the biggest thing that you'll see, that if you see the kind of bowling, say, Pat Cummins likes to do under normal circumstances, sort of ball gripping in the middle, this pitch is not going to grip.
This was not a tricky pitch, right?
No.
It was
skidding.
It's just
from the number
through.
of shots you saw over the keeper's head, this did not look like it's stopping or staying low or anything.
It's not stopping, definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely got slightly more slot of bounce. But this is not, as I said, for them to also hold back their spinners, they must be thinking something, that fast bowlers have something out here for a while. And that's exactly what I'm saying, that somewhere this has been read wrong. And so much dew coming in, what Pat Cummins was thinking, there must be some thought process to what they did. But I for one, fail to get it.
Well, Vaughan, you keep telling me that I've forgotten what happened on the 19th of November. I think Pat Cummins has also forgotten what happened on the 19th of November.
Yeah, because you keep telling him it didn't happen. He keeps watching the show. I don't quite... I guess a 50-over game, bowling in the daytime, there's a little bit of dryness and then it gets better at night. I get that in the World Cup. But I also, in T20 cricket at this venue, I mean, chasing is pretty much a guarantee that you win the toss. Oh, thank you. We'll have a chase. And what does Shreyas Iyer say at the toss? He's delighted to be bowling first. So, look, they could have played better and got a decent score. But I do always think at Ahmedabad that chasing later on, when the dew comes in, and it's very rare that the dew doesn't come in, let's be totally honest. KKR have got a golden chance to go in straight to Chennai for that Sunday game. Yeah. They'll never get a better opportunity because, as you said, the pitch is skidding on. When you're seeing top, Pat Cummins played a shot to whack Mitchell Starc over mid-wicket for 6, he gets the top edge and it flies behind for 6. Yeah. That means the ball's just skidding onto the bat perfectly. Yeah. All right, he didn't get it in the middle of the bat, but to get the ball going behind you so far tells you that the ball's just skidding off the surface.
You know, Mitchell Starc did cop a lot of flack in the first few games because he was expensive. He was bowling the tough overs. He was bowling the overs in the power play. He was bowling a couple at the back. He was expensive at that point in time. But I guess you can just call it acclimatization, right? He was just taking a little time. Because ultimately, what did they get him for? They got him to get the breakthroughs in the power play, and he's done that, and he's done that so beautifully, Joy. He's picked up 3 today. He's the second highest in terms of power play wickets in the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's after Bolt. I think he's the second. And I think absolutely, I mean, after Bhuvi, sorry.
Yeah.
So which means that, okay, there is a bit of danger out there. But no, absolutely. And I thought the way he bowled, I mean, see, the tone of the match was set by his bowling, Travis Head. I think that set the tone of the match, and then you could make out that Nitish Reddy is not capable of playing that kind of bounce. And then he cleverly went around. He did a lot of things today right, and I think that's what it is. You know, you have your deluxe fast bowler, your Rolls-Royce fast bowler.
I like it.
And you unleash him. It's a highway. He's bowled beautifully, and now he goes in with full confidence in the finals.
Can I just tell you, he did a lot of things right, but he did one thing wrong. He got it drastically wrong. That LBW call. This 159 would have probably been 139.
Yeah, and he should have seen that. He's the bowler. He's looking around saying, should I review it? Well, you're as close to the bat as anyone, and you're right in line. Surely you've seen it hit
and that was Tripathi.
Yeah,
but there's this thing about Starc. He's looked on as this gentle giant, the nicest, softest, huge guy, bowls beautifully, bowls thunderbolts. But he's this really soft, nice guy. So he turns to his captain and says, should we review? And the captain says, okay, no.
And the captain was square, so the captain kept thinking that it was back. He kept asking people, is that back?
I think the captain's problem was not that. The captain's problem is, any normal bowler that he's used to, who if it's a 50%, he'll go, wow, come on, do it.
They just go themselves.
And this guy's saying, oh no, I think it's this thing. So I just think he's read him, he's compared him to his other bowlers and says, no, it can't be that serious because he would have gone hard.
He needs to take a leaf out of Stuart Broad. Stuart Broad, if he gets hit for 6 now and again, he said, oh, that's LB. I'm reviewing that. He's hit the pad first. He needs to take a leaf. But I tell you what, pace to Travis Head.
Yeah.
I've been watching Travis for a while. Saw him against Shamar Joseph in Australia in the Test match series. Pace.
On the stumps.
If you get someone with pace, real pace, I'm talking 90 mile an hour pace, you have a chance with Travis Head.
Can I tell you, there was a few chances. When we go back to the 19th of November, because my memories come back today and I've discussed it about 6 times. It's just come back to me. There was a few times he got troubled with Shami and Bumrah as well, if you remember.
Yeah.
There was a few. It was just his day. And full credit to him, right? Fair play. It was his day that day. But today you saw in the previous game, Arshdeep not as quick. Starc, of course, much quicker. On the stumps direct, and first ball the other day, second ball today. And for Hyderabad, they have kind of got derailed now. 159. The Knight Riders are going to be licking their lips and saying, well, this is what we wanted. And there you go. Rahul Tripathi, of course, survived that LBW. He was in the power play, so I think he was in single digits at that point, and not too many. He's managed to get 55 or 35. But you ride your luck. You get the luck, you ride it. And I find it funny because these days when you have bowlers reviewing wide ball calls and height calls, you definitely go for anything that you feel could be an LBW, right? I say that didn't happen, you go over that. Now you see that run out that has happened. Was it just a momentary lapse of reason? Because he stopped. Did he just get shocked by the Russell save?
I honestly don't know, because in T20 cricket, you're looking at running every ball.
Yeah.
As soon as you see the ball go, you've just got to go. It's an easy single. I mean, Trey Russ diving down to his left. There's no way in a million. He's also right-handed. So surely the awareness of your game sees it going. And even if you think he's going to stop it, there's no way in a million years he's going to be able to dive
his left hand
into his left hand and whip it back. He's right-handed, so he's going to have to get it into his left hand and then give it. There's no way that he'll have the time to do that. So I always think you can tell a sharpness of a team by how they field, and also by how the opposition run between the wickets.
Yeah.
I think there's a real sharpness in mentality that the teams that are out there fielding electric on it, doing everything right, it almost usually transcends to how you run between the wickets. It's two very, very important aspects of cricket, running between the wickets and fielding, and it's two elements that are completely in your control. Very rarely do you get run out and you think, oh, wow. It's usually your thought process and your communication with your partner that makes the error.
Yeah, it was crazy because Russell threw it to Cricbuzz, who thought that the confusion was at the bowler's end. He was about to throw it, and then suddenly in his vision he saw, wait a second, I see 2 guys in the middle. That's one too many. That means there's no one here. Oh, there you go. And that really did change the game. In fact, I think more than the Klaasen dismissal, I think Joy, that Rahul Tripathi dismissal at that point in time, because he was looking so good today, and Samad was feeding off him as well.
Again, I mean, just the CSK same run out, the Rachin, Shivam Dubey confusion. These are very important because crucial, you're right, 55 of 35. He was the one batter who counter-attacked from the start. And his getting out at that point is really changed the game. I thought he played brilliantly today. See, again, smart batter, comes in just the last match, scored runs in the last match, but this match also, even when they were 13 for 2, he was the guy who was attacking back. And he was using the bounce. He realized there was a bit of extra bounce out there. So a lot of shots above the head, a lot of ramping. And he understood the way, he had a game plan to play on this pitch.
Yeah.
So his getting out was really important.
Yeah, a lot of short balls today. There was a lot of hits. I think out of the 159, I think 139 runs have come home just in the back wee. The back wee, as you call it. So, I don't think there's any demons in the pitch here. Their bowlers, let's have a look at their bowling. Of course, now they've got the impact sub in already. They had to get Sanveer Singh in because they were falling short of batters. So, Sanveer's in. So, that means this is the bowling that they have. And this is not bad, Voni. This is a good tight, at least with their quick bowling. This is a good quick bowling attack. Of course, with spin, yes, not as rich as the Knight Riders are in terms of experience. But, of course, relying a lot now on Bhuvi, Nataraj and Pat Cummins. And perhaps some of the 135 clips of Nitish Reddy as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure Pat Cummins will be crossing his fingers and hoping for some swing. If Bhuvanesh will get some swing, he's as good as to get. I mean, the leading wicket taker in the power play, and he's going to need a little bit of hoopski. If he gets it swinging, he's a real threat. If it goes gun barrel straight, Narayan will fancy his chances.
Yeah.
He's got a good record against Narayan, though. He's got a good record against Narayan. He's got him out twice, bowled about 25 deliveries to him. Narayan hasn't really scored a lot of Bhuvi. So that's a matchup. Again, these matchups, because they're over 7-8 years, maybe at that point in time, Narayan might have been batting in the tail as well. You don't know the circumstances. Therefore, difficult to, call it totally. But yeah, currently the record that Bhuvi has against Narayan is good.
Well, it's Narayan's new opening partner today, Cricbuzz. Remember, Cricbuzz was their opener for better part of the season last year, but he did the dance with everyone, but this was the dance partner he didn't have, right? I think he went to the dance with like 5 different partners, opening partners, but Narayan was, so this is a new opening partnership but I don't think a guy like Narayan cares much, right? Doesn't matter who he's batting with. Because it's not like he's not stealing the cheeky singles anyway.
No, he's thinking, and that's why our prediction game is very difficult because of Narayan.
Yeah, you can't predict what they'll get in the power play. True.
No idea. I mean, if he gets going, it could be 90.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get going, it could be 45.
Oh Lord, what are you thinking then?
56.
Oh, low ball in it. I was thinking more towards 67, but I'll go a little higher since you've gone there. I'll go 69.
Oh, I'm gonna say 50. I want a good game.
Okay.
I want 50 for 3.
I think you've covered a lot of ground. Somebody should be sitting there.
Again, now I've got lonely at the top. The first innings also I went.
You're like, yeah.
I was making some space because I thought he'd come in the middle.
Yeah.
He's not coming in the middle. No. So I'll come to my number then, 67.
67.
You come at 67, 56?
50.
50. All right. He's going to get 82, isn't he?
105.
In the power play. Very possible. All right, well, that's all we have time for. We're going to scoot now. 160 is what KKR need to win to put their feet up for a couple of days. And of course, Hyderabad has to defend that. They like defending. They've been good at defending. This is a low total. Can they do it today? Well, Pat Cummins and the boys are going to be completely up to the task. You know that. We'll come and review that at the end of 10 overs with Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. Right now, it's time for us to scoot. Thanks for watching Cricbuzz Live. Bye-bye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad Bhattacharjya Express Gaurav Kapur Station Netaji Bhavan. Cricbuzz